It's not every day you get a president to be the pace car and lead the field to green. That's pretty cool.
I always felt like when the president showed up at the race and was able to attend the Daytona 500, it just took things to another level. Everybody from the sponsorship side of things is already here, but when that president of the United States is leading you around on the pace laps, you know this means something.
This afternoon, you said 8 people were killed in your state from that storm and that the number was likely to grow. Has that figure changed?
Yeah, we know that we've lost 8. We believe that number will at least climb to 9. We've experienced significant flash flooding all across our state and are now having significant riverbank flooding. So for us, we are in an emergency search and rescue mode. We will be throughout the rest of today and probably through at least tomorrow. But thankfully, our first responders, our National Guard, our Kentucky State Police have now rescued more than 1,000 people, and they're out there doing a great job. We're grateful for them.
This is your favorite president. I'm a big fan. I am a really big fan of you people that you do this. I don't know, but I just want you to be safe. You're talented people, and you're great people and great Americans. Have a good day. Have a lot of fun, and I'll see you later.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border, for deporting criminal illegal immigrants, and for putting America first. President Trump has a clear message for those that are in our country illegally. Leave now. If you don't, we will find you, and we will deport you. You will never return. For too long, weak politicians left our borders wide open. They flooded our communities with drugs, human trafficking, and violent criminals. They put American lives at risk. Well, those days are over. If you leave now, you may have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream. But understand this. Under President Trump, America's borders are closed to lawbreakers. Follow the law, and you'll find opportunity. Break it, and you'll find consequences. The choice is yours. America welcomes those who respect our laws, because a strong nation is a safe nation.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. That's on the way.
Holy fuck. Holy
So the facts of the matter around this event that happened at approximately 2:30 p.m. is Delta Airlines Flight 4819 from Minneapolis to Toronto, operated by subsidiary Endeavour Air, was involved in a single aircraft accident upon landing at Toronto Pearson. The plane was carrying 4 crew and 76 passengers, among them 22 Canadians. The other passengers were multinational. Airport emergency workers mounted a textbook response, reaching the site within minutes and quickly evacuating the passengers.
No one voted for Elon Musk.
Dana, we are waging a 21st century information warfare campaign against the left, and they are using tactics from the 1990s. They are holding tiny press conferences, tiny little rallies. They're screaming into the ether on MSNBC. What you're seeing on the right is asymmetrical. It's like grassroots guerrilla warfare. Someone says something on social media, Musk retweets it, Rogan podcasts it, Fox broadcasts it, and by the time it reaches everybody, millions of people have seen it. It's free money.
In terms of reality, I'm gay married. Ooh, right? Like, what is the point of this conversation?
Because you're not really married.
I'm sorry. I'm going to outright call you a fascist.
Oh, no. Hello, I'm Michael Knowles. I'm a conservative podcast host at The Daily Wire. I'm an author, and I'm a cigar salesman of Mayflower Cigars. And today, I am surrounded by 20 LGBTQ plus activists.
I don't understand how you're capable of eradicating an entire percentage of people by setting laws, because people are
I think you're choosing not to hear what I'm saying, because I'm saying we don't want to eradicate any people.
We want to eradicate,
but the other word is transgenderism, which is an ideology, not a group of people.
I am a transgender person. You can't just
you are
skip
a confused
over that
person, but
I'm
you're not,
babe. I'm so secure in myself, and there's other women in this room that are also trans, have been trans for 20 plus years, 7 years, babe, that know exactly what they're doing.
All right, we have some breaking news for you. The acting head of the Social Security Administration has resigned. Michelle King's departure comes after she refused to provide DOJ staffers access to sensitive information. Your information. King had been with the department for 30 years. It's the latest act of resistance meant to slow cost-cutting moves by President Trump and Elon Musk. DOJ had to go to court to gain access to Treasury payment systems, and it is fighting to enter a sensitive database in the IRS.
Elon Musk had access to all that stuff when he was running PayPal.
Right. And also,
and if you're going to trust anybody with rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, wouldn't you want it to be a guy who really doesn't need your money?
Right, right. And also, does anyone actually think that Elon Musk is sitting in the West Wing right now going through people's, tax returns? Give me a break.
Promising to end the biggest war in Europe since World War II, President Trump is now blaming Ukraine for being invaded by Russia 3 years ago.
You should have never started it. You could have made a deal. I could have made a deal for Ukraine that would have given them almost all of the land, everything, almost all of the land, and no people would have been killed.
President Trump has launched a peace process, sending his top foreign policy team to Saudi Arabia to meet the Russian side. They met for more than 4 hours, leaving the Russians smiling. Ukraine was not invited. President Zelensky expressing frustration at being sidelined from the negotiations. This morning saying President Trump is trapped in a disinformation bubble, suggesting he's following Russian propaganda. Russia occupies about 20% of Ukraine. Ukrainians fear President Trump will surrender the territory.
Lastly, we have another executive order that President Trump signed relating to independent agencies. This executive order would establish important oversight functions in the Office of Management and Budget and its subsidiary office, OIRA, supervising independent agencies and many of their actions, and also reestablishes the longstanding norm that only the President or the Attorney General can speak for the United States when stating an opinion as to what the law is.
Thank you very much, Will. That was the primary purpose of this conference.
We can sit back and relax because we did our part. We showed up to the voting poll and we got our guy in. Is he really our guy? Do you think our guy, do you think somebody based, do you think somebody who cares about white people would have been endorsed by the tech bros? Do you think our guy would have been endorsed by the mainstream media? That's because he's willing to play ball now. That's because he is a Zionist hook, line, and sinker. He believes Israel is our greatest ally. He believes in Jewish, they are the chosen people. He's bought this hook, line, and sinker. Rally behind your families. Rally behind your fellow whites, because that is the number one threat to these globalist Jews who want to take us over and destroy us. So have a great rest of your day, and I am so happy I was able to be here. Again, Lily Gaddis, I am signing out.
DOJ and SpaceX employees are now working directly at the Federal Aviation Administration and the Defense Department, agencies that have billions of dollars in contracts with Musk's companies or that directly regulate his companies. How is that not a conflict of interest?
Well, I mean, I'm just hearing about it, and if there is, and he told me before I told him, but obviously I will not let there be any conflict of interest. He's done an amazing job.
I've never seen anybody take as much as he's taken.
Yeah.
And we've discussed this, and I'm like, how do you deal with it?
Did I have a choice?
Well, you would say that to me. I'm like, what am I going to do? Worry about it? And, and then culminating in 2 assassination attempts, which resulted in your endorsement.
Well, I was going to do it anyway, but that was
it.
Precipitating event, yes.
That speeded it up a little bit?
Yeah.
The day of the assassination.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It sped it up, but I was going to do it anyway.
Now I see they want you two to start, they want a divorce. They want you two to start hating each other. And they try, President Elon Musk, for example. You do know that they're doing that to you.
Oh, I see it all the time. They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't. They have many different things of hatred.
You have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left, you know.
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
I mean, less.
I really didn't know.
Well, I mean, this whole sort of like, you know, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah. And I didn't, you know, you don't realize how real this is until like you can't reason with people. So like I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner, and it was like a nice, quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally. And then I happened to mention, this is before the election, like a month or two before, I happened to mention the president's name. And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies, okay? And they're like, wow! And I'm like, what is wrong? Like, guys, like, you can't have like a normal conversation. Yeah. And it's like they become completely irrational.
He has no idea, but if you're friends with him, you pay a price. You know, it's I walk in a restaurant in New York and it's like half the room it's daggers and they want to.
No, the eye daggers level is insane. Yeah.
Another brutal round of winter weather tonight sweeping across the country. Heavy wind and up to a foot of snow blanketing Missouri. In Kansas City, this truck jackknifed in the storm. Firefighters in Minnesota struggling with wind chills of 40 below, their equipment and lines freezing. In Detroit, a water main break forced families out into the cold amid freezing temperatures Monday after a 4.5-foot wide pipe failed, swamping an entire neighborhood.
A snowstorm in the middle of a natural disaster.
Kentucky can see up to 6 inches. A new threat as towns have barely started recovering from historic winter floods.
At 1:01 p.m. today, the U.S. Department of Transportation emailed us a letter from Secretary Duffy announcing their attempt to end the congestion pricing program in the state of New York. At 1:58 p.m., President Donald Trump tweeted, "Long live the king." I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. You sure as hell are not going to start now. I don't care if you love congestion pricing or hate it. This is an attack on our sovereign identity, our independence from Washington. We are not subservient to a king or anyone else out of Washington.
If you ask us to show up, Congressman Tonko, we will show up in D.C. But it cannot be. We have to take the gloves off. We can't wait for protocol. They're not playing by the rules. We have to take it to them. When I saw you at those places, and I saw you next to Maxine Waters, again, I was so proud that my representative was on the front line, right there. But I thought about Jimmy Carter, and I thought about John Lewis. And I know what John Lewis would have done. He would have gotten arrested that day. Make them outlaw you. We will stand behind you. We will be there with you. I will get arrested with you. I will do it.
Detained immigrant children are being stripped of their legal representation by the Trump administration. Just yesterday, the Florence Immigrants' Right and Protection Project received a letter from the Trump administration ordering them to cease and desist all representation of detained immigrant children in immigration proceedings. This means that children, yes, children, will be forced to go to immigration court alone without any legal representation from these nonprofits like the Florence Project. This is absolutely criminal. No child should ever be forced to appear before an immigration judge and a government attorney without any legal education or experience. No child should ever have to do that. I thought the Trump administration's focus was criminals and people who had prior deportation orders. Why is the Trump administration going after nonprofits who represent children? Children! Explain that to me.
ICE is arresting people trying to go through the immigration process the right way by trapping them at their required interviews. Since Trump and his Borders Are Tom Homan have started their mass deportation efforts, dozens of immigrants across the country have been arrested while attending routine check-ins or court appointments. Some are now set to be deported. These are people who are trying to do everything by the book to stay in this country, and now many are saying that they've been tricked into being detained by ICE. This echoes what happened in Trump's first term. People would go to immigration offices for interviews or meetings required for a green card, only to get arrested by ICE. The De Oliveras in 2018 were one of the couples to go through this. The couple went in to prove the legitimacy of their marriage for a green card, and despite the application being approved, Mr. De Oliveira was arrested by ICE. By the way, he, like many others arrested, had no criminal record. The number of arrests by ICE at immigration offices grew noticeably under Trump, and it didn't just apply for those looking for spousal citizenship, but through family and even asylum visas. Now it looks like Trump and Homan are back at it, using required, scheduled interviews to find immigrants and arrest them. And Trump has issued a memorandum to expedite deportations, giving people less of a chance to fight it and instilling fear in these communities. The cruel irony here is that failure to appear at these appointments can result in deportation. So people trying to get citizenship have no good option. They can either risk deportation at their meetings to go through the process above board, or they can stay silent and hope this passes. Either way, the odds aren't great.
It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here with you, Mr. President, and to be honored here with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you too. Go right over here. Thanks, Tiger. And I want to thank all of you very much for being here. Welcome to the White House, and we proudly celebrate Black History Month. How are you, darling?
Here at the Black History Month celebration at the White House. Oh yeah. And hey, everybody here, Kash Patel has been confirmed as an FBI director. Who's ready for some heads to roll? Let's go! Kash, I know you got the receipts. Hold them mother suckers accountable. So I'll delete. Yeah, that's right. Jamal, yeah, that's right.
Let the house of cards start crumbling, baby. This is what we were waiting for. Now him and Pan Bondi can work in tandem and go after the swamp and all those people who committed lawfare against Donald Trump.
These folks are going to pay a price for what they've done to us. I'm talking to you, Adam Schiff. I'm talking to you, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all of you. And furthermore, don't think we forgot about our Republicans that stabbed us in the back, because people like Collins, Murkowski, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, you're on the radar. We're coming.
Your voice is a weapon. Use that shit.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw! That was something. I am become meme. Yeah, pretty much. I'm living the meme. It's like there's living the dream and there's living the meme, and it's pretty much what's happening, you know. You're like... The sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Yeah. Like, you can't make fun of anything. So then it's like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah. Legalize comedy.
And you've chosen to say, you're sitting here in a MAGA hat. What's it, you know, how did that happen? What was the moment
it's like, you know, dark Gothic MAGA.
That's a good one.
The Make America Healthy Again. Do it like that. We're going to hard weld Maha to MAGA. You're unstoppable. We ain't worried about 2028. We're worried about today and tomorrow and the next day. That's how we won. We didn't go back in 2021. Well, what's going to happen in 2024? No, it's every single day. You report for duty and we get it done. Action, action, action. We want Trump in 28. That's what they can't stand. A man like Trump comes along only once or twice in a country's history, right? When they tried to shoot him, when they tried to assassinate him, and he was on the ground right there, they could have crawled off like any other politician in the world. What did he do? He got up, and what did he say? What did he say? I can't hear you. Fight, fight, fight. Amen.
MAGA is profoundly corrupt, unmistakably anti-democracy, and most importantly, MAGA is explicitly a Nazi movement. You may have replaced a swastika with a red hat, but that is what it is. I will now engage in the time-honored American tradition of peaceful civil disobedience.
Get the heck. Get out.
Because you said something that wasn't true, which is you said that they have found before that they believe there have been tens of millions of people who are receiving money who are dead on the Social Security list. The same report that you referred to said that almost
Peter,
none of those individuals are receiving money.
Peter, did you watch the full clip of the interview that I
did
did
watch
when
the
I
clip
said that?
and we've played it, correct.
And I said there are a lot of unanswered questions and we suspect there could be tens of millions of
and
people.
I'm saying the IG report
so
says
you
that
just said
almost none
what
of
I
them.
said is not true. In fact, it was true. That's a suspicion that this administration has, and we're committed to finding out the
But
truth.
it's not based in fact because it says it's almost none of them have received Social Security.
The Associated Press sued 3 Trump administration officials Friday over access to presidential events, citing freedom of speech and asking a federal judge to stop the blocking of its journalists. The AP says its case is about an unconstitutional effort by the White House to control speech.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Okay.
President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders. I think by and large is moving very quickly compared to other administrations, and I think across the board he's done some very good things. I think
many at the meeting disagreed, demanding Grothman to push back at the president.
Do your job! Do your job! Do your job! Do your job!
We're counting on Congressman Grothman to check that power, to balance that power. And I'm walking away today hearing what he said, he's not going to do that.
Two weeks ago, I signed an executive order banning men from playing in women's sports. Many Democrats are fighting me on that. I hope you continue because you'll never win another race. And it's just crazy. The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way, that's good. But I understand Maine, is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state. Good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, congressmen, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
When you talk about tyranny,
when you talk about presidential power. I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected. The funny thing is, you're sitting here and a lot of you would probably say those January 6s who are yelling just as loud as you, who are upset just like you, and not listening.
Hey, let's restore some order.
So we are getting a look at the man who has been charged with killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
Again, from a messaging perspective, does Elon need to screenshot that and then send it out as a tweet or whatever we'll call X nowadays, and then suddenly you've got a couple million people going, oh my God, we're paying dead people. Well,
right. That's the problem with being hyperbolic.
Like, imagine a world if all of us were just one color. If all of us was just blue or green. Oh, if everybody was smart.
And we're going to go into Fort Knox to make sure the gold is there.
Are they going to?
You know that we're going to go into Fort Knox. Do you know about that?
Sir,
How was that bad, Bump?
No,